Hi, and welcome to the Market Alert for Tuesday, the 11th of August 2020. So again, silver soars amid the momentum meltdown. Apple almost as big as entire Russell 2000 index. So yeah, the precious metals continue to move to the upside, and you haven't seen nothing yet with regards to these. I've been trading the metal since 1993, when I used to trade the options on the COMEX exchange in via a broker in California, and that's when silver was $5.50 an ounce. And of course it's a different story now, and it's going to be even a far bigger story going forward as well. We'll look at that in just a moment. Right, let's have a look at yesterday's trades first, see what happened in the German Dax, and then we'll move on and have a look at what we can expect during today's trade, and then I'll finish off with those that have requested that we look more at the precious metals as well. So in yesterday's trades, the market moved higher in the pre-market. As we can see here, you've got prices moving up to the R1, which is here. You can see the selling at the R1 as well, and then prices became sideways with the buying there down towards the BRN. However, once prices opened, we just move along a bit. You will see, to reload the charts there, all of a sudden got a bug in there. So the first part, the market got stuck at the 20 bar moving average, went straight through the 200 MA, straight through the close and the high from Friday, and then saw a bit of support coming into the market. And then prices saw further support and profit taking. You can see the volume building here down at the bottom. You can see it where the shorts are taking profits. Prices came back to the close and high in the BRN. You can see the buying inside of the bar. And then in this bar, you can also see that the volume was more or less the same as the previous bar, but the market making no progress to the downside there. So a bit of support. The market then moves high. You can see stuck at the 200 MA there, and prices moving higher up to the BRN, and then sailing all the way back down, as you'll see in just a moment. You've got the upthrust there, second upthrust, and then the market starts to move lower, where we have the first signal, which is a sell. So prices fill the trade, and then we see this buying coming into the market. And it's a difficult one here because we've got the market close and high from Friday. We've got the BRN, and here what I'm looking for is for prices to stay below the BRN there, even though there is some profit taking by the shorts. Market comes back and then trades sideways, but eventually breaks to the downside and trades down towards the DP level, tries to bounce back, stops at break even, and again you'll see prices moving lower down to the DP level. And this was the optimum point to take profits off the table, but it was a bit slow in doing this. You can see there, and then we've got the buying coming into the market. Just move this across, and you can see the spike in volume there at the DP level, and then prices trading sideways until we get a bit more to the downside, but eventually prices come back to the DP level and then retest, and then you see the green bar there on the downside. So the market moving down throughout the morning, which is what I wasn't expecting, but that was the signal. And then we've got a potential buy, and this was an interesting trade as well, because we filled on this one, and then it's incredible, the market just traded in this sideways range, and I haven't seen this for I don't know when, where you've got this very, very tight range. And I know one thing for sure is that generally it will break to the upside. And that's what happened, as you'll see in just a moment. So stop to break even, and then trading through. But I had other jobs to do instead of just sitting here and watching this. So waiting for a red bar. Red bar comes along, and then you'll see. So just wind this back. somewhere around here. Let me just expand this so I can bring it into view. There you go. You'll see the trade there as well. And then into the afternoon, the market was sideways. The Dow was going up great guns, but the Dax wasn't following. Had a look at the daily chart, see where we were in the bigger picture, towards that 78 area, but making no progress to the upside. And then again, you can see the market sideways. I'll just fast forward to the signal. We had a potential short. The market then came back. You'll see the green bar. The market staying below the 5-bar moving average. And then we had a second signal. And the question, of course, will be, well, which one do you take? Well, choice is yours. So what I did in this video was actually monitor both. I marked up the original signal, and then you'll see prices trading sideways, trying to come back above the BRN there, but failing, and then making its way. I'm looking for the market to go down to this level. That's what's in the way, the 200 MA, which is a magnet. We've got a bit of profit taking coming into the market there, but not a lot, but still some potential strength. So now move the stops to break even on both trades, because they're both showing over 20 points or thereabouts. So move the stop to break even, and now we're down at the DP level. And again, look at the volume in this bar, not the DP level, sorry, the 200 MA. Price is coming off the low and stopping at that 200 MA there. And then prices find support, and this is your point to come out, because it's acting like a magnet. And then you'll see prices moving back to the upside, finding resistance there. But then we have a buy signal to the upside, which runs out of time, and then the market moves through. What I did was mark up just to see how it was going to pan out, but prices moved back to the high and close from Friday. So I'm going to speed things up a bit, because there was one more trade to the downside there. And again, what we've got to do is take out the 200 MA. We've also got to take out this, and what we're looking for is a trade down to either the BRN or the DP level. So I'm going to fast forward through this, so we see the signal filled, and then starts to make progress to the downside. I actually draw in the low from here so I can see, because obviously last time the market found support there and moved higher. And then eventually we break, and you'll see here I've put a stop in at the DP level, the profit taking stop, just in case it moved. It didn't, but we've got the buying coming into the market there. You can see profit taking coming in. Decided to leave the stop at break even, because the number of times I've come out and then seen the market actually go down to the DP level. So I thought we'll see what happens. Prices went up back above the 5-bar moving average, but then stopped at the close. I'm then looking at the market to actually break the the BRN, and then down to the DP. And of course it doesn't do this, and then we get the buying coming in. So I decided to take the profits off the table, which I could have had more down at this level, but there's your bottom in place there. You've got your green bar, and as you'll see as I go forward, you'll see that's exactly what happened as the market made its way back up, and the MDI turning back to green there. Okay, let's have a look and see what the market's done overnight and what we can expect from today's session. Okay, what can we expect today? So let's have a look at the German Dax daily chart. And yesterday I expected the market, as I said in the alert, to move to the upside, and as we've just seen in the analysis of yesterday's trades, the market moved lower to begin with, but managed to crawl its way back by the end of the day, and now it's sitting at that 78%, and the 20-bar moving average ready to move to the upside. And again, you've got to watch the 12,900 level, really, I suppose, is the key thing here, if markets do break the resistance to the left there. So that's the bigger picture overnight. If we have a look at the 2-minute chart, prices have opened higher above the 200-bar moving average, traded up to the R1, which and straight through the high as well. You can see there was some resistance there because you've got the selling there inside of the green bars, and then the market pulling back towards the high, and again finding support at the previous day's high because they want to drive the market through. That's what you have in an uptrend. You've got to take out the previous day's high. So if prices trade back to this level, then look for some sort of support. As ever, compress the chart down. Let's have a look at the bigger picture, see where we are. If you're trading a smaller time frame, you really do need to see the bigger picture. And by doing this, that gives you that view, pulling back and looking. So we're above the DP already. We're above the previous day's close, above the 200 and the high. And it's interesting that the 200 MA is now tying in with the high of yesterday as well. We've already traded to the R1. It's been a bit of a resistance area that we can see here. But if we can breach this, then we could move up to the next BRN. And then up to the R2. Now notice that the R2 is the same value as, or more or less the same value as this double fib that we've got here as well. So the 12,900 level, which ties in more or less just around, well, it's just here, isn't it? You can see it just above there. Then you know, we can expect some sort of resistance. So if you get a 100-point move to the upside, then this area is going to be an interesting one where the market will have to drive through in order to head up to the R3 should prices move higher. If they move to the downside, of course, then you've got the DP in the way, and also just a bit further down you will find the low from yesterday as well. And again, so a lot further to the downside. Here it's 200 points down to the low, and it's also 100 points down to the DP level there, as it is 100 points or more to the R2, which takes you to that double fib as well. So now I can see exactly where I am in this market, and then once I start trading, I know precisely what it is that I'm looking for in order to help maximize taking those profits off the table. And news-wise, let's have a quick look at this. This morning we've got the UK claimant count change, and then there is nothing else. Now today is Tuesday, and as I've said before and say every Tuesday, Tuesdays can be quiet, as there is no news after 7 a.m. The market's going to have to make its own direction. The news has already been released, and also any news over the weekend has been factored into the market as well. Let's just have a look for tomorrow, see if there's any news here that would actually help support any move in any direction. We've just got GDP and CPI tomorrow and crude oil inventories. So again, we got a lot more news tomorrow, which just may help support today if they're going to factor this into the market as well. Okay, finally, I've been asked a lot about the precious metal markets, and starting off in the silver, you can see how the market has moved higher. We've had signals all along the way here, and now you can see that we've got this explosive move to the upside. And my spread bet positions, I will continue to just add to these as the market continues to move higher on pullbacks. So as the market pulls back, I will just keep adding to these positions. So what I'm looking for here in the daily chart is prices, if they pull back, then I will add to the position. Now at the moment, we've got the $30 level to contend with. Maybe clearer on the weekly chart. You can see there that we're at 29.08 at the moment. The market's trading in this area. But the $30 level is the next upside target for this market. So we've got to take out the high from last week, which was 29.77 and a half. This needs to be taken out in order to move higher. But where are we going longer term? Well, this is at the heart of it. I love monthly charts because this is where you find the markets where you get the really big moves. It's something that I did or was introduced to years and years ago when I used to have paper charts delivered from Chicago from CRB data, and they used to arrive in the post on a Monday morning. This is pre-internet. and you go through the charts. You had a daily, a weekly, and a monthly, and the monthly charts give you such a great picture of where any market is trading, and what you're looking for is markets that are extreme lows. And this is a situation where we have this with silver, plus a myriad of other factors like manipulation of the price. And the corruption in this market has been quite staggering during the last few years, and also the number of banks that have been fined as well. So this is why I'm in this market. It is, as JP Morgan, not JP Morgan, John Paul Getty said, that buy it when no one else wants it. And of course, that's precisely what I have been doing for the last several years as far as physical metals are concerned. I've traded an ETF recently and taken 26,000 out of that, and continue to build positions in this market as well. From September, I would be surprised if a lot of the brokers will start to widen the spreads and also limit the markets as well. In particularly if the COMEX exchange can't deliver on the September physical contracts that they have at the moment. That's starting to heat up as well. So you are going to see a lot of activity in this market during the next 2 to 3 years. This is not a short-term play. It's one of patience, and just as the market pulls back, adding to those positions. I do use smaller time frames as well. I look at 60 minutes. I look at the 4-hourly chart as well. And you can see how the market has moved higher and heading to... like I say, the next upside target is to break $30 per ounce, and I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see that this week. But once we get to that level, then we can expect to pull back. But the sort of 4-hourly time frames you can see with the 20 bar moving averages prices pull back to this now. We've broken out since July. You can see how this is each time the market moves back above, prices continue, and this is a way of just adding to those positions that and using the profits from those positions in order to just add more to and build a big position until, of course, we're stopped like they did with Bitcoin in December of 2017. You couldn't get into the market. The spreads were widened from 5 points to 100, 200, 300 points because of the momentum, and that's what we're starting to see in the precious metals arena as well, and because the global economy is going to be falling apart from sort of September, October as well, or just long enough until there is the possibility of Trump being re-elected. Anyway, I've gone on long enough. That's the background of this. I've actually created the charts inside of in Omni Trader, pulling the data in. And you just, if you want to know how to do this, then you can actually, there is a video in the support area, in the resource area, of adding new symbols to a chart and pulling it in. The only thing that it won't be in that video with regards to silver, if you want to add it, is the value, and you can see there the value is 0.01 to get the scaling right. But other than that, that's about it for this one. If there is anything else to report, I will let you know. But as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next.